Good morning and welcome back to Blue Heinz Garage. Well, I haven't been doing much on this for the past week and a half. Last week we were over in the Napa Valley for a couple of days, on the weekend anyway. So nothing happened here then. This week's been kind of busy with other stuff. On the Model A. Here's old Hank. I haven't done much on old Hank in the past week and a half. Just getting back to working on that today. That's where we left off. You see the fuel filler pipe is sticking up over in that corner. I haven't done any more on that side. Haven't done anything here all week. So anyway, here's what's going on. Yesterday, I shouldn't say that. Yesterday I did spend some time. Made another one of these. Made that yesterday to duplicate that. I didn't drill a hole yet. I'm going to wait until it's time to actually put the pipe through the bed. We'll put the pipe through the bed and then determine where that hole has to go. I think it's going to go where that center punch is right there. So anyway, this is the intention. You see that little piece of pipe there simulates the one that's in the bed. The brick here, the steel brick here simulates the side of the bed. So that's what we're intending to do. And then we'll finish it with this on the top. That's how that, if you can imagine that thing being 10, 12 inches tall, that's what we're heading towards as a filler on each side of the bed in the Model A, on the Model A. So this will be, that one is right now is the driver's side. I've got another one of these I need to cut off of an elbow, that the way they come from the tank supplier, that cap, that threaded pipe in the cap is welded to a steel elbow, to a welding plumbing fitting. Like I said, steel elbow. I got to cut the threaded pipe off of the elbow and make it look like that one. This is going to get drilled for the pipe to go through at some point. What I'm doing today is making some pieces. What I'm going to do is on these, I'm going to make a back piece that, let's get this away from here so you can see better. I'm going to make a back piece that comes up about 3/4 of an inch above this, and so that we can fasten this to the side of the bed. We'll fasten it from that back piece, and on that back piece I'm going to put two fake rivets, two probably 1/4-inch carriage bolts that are cut off, to look like rivets, and then welded to that vertical piece that's standing up on the back of this. That vertical piece will actually fasten this to the side of the bed. And then on the sides here, I'm going to put a little apron, that little piece that hangs down, like 3/8 of an inch long. That hangs down and it follows this entire outside edge all the way back to the side of the bed. That's what I'm working on today, those two pieces. The vertical that attaches this to the bed on the back side of this, and the little skirt that goes all the way around. Scott's going to come over probably later today. If I got these pieces ready, maybe we can tack them on here or weld them on here permanently. And in the meantime, I'll get this one to obviously look like that one, if I get that far. All right, so that's kind of what I'm up to today as far as old Hank is concerned. So we'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, well, there's my pattern for that piece where we're going to use as a mounting. And that's what I'm going to do for rivets, I think. I took a 1/4-inch carriage bolt, and put it in the chuck of the drill press, and took the square off and filed it so that I made it a little, it was like 9/16. It was too big, too fat. It's now a little bit under 1/2 inch, just under 1/2 inch, which you see there doesn't look bad. I think that's appropriate. in those dimensions, in that scale. And then this is obviously the pipe will be coming up through from the bottom of the bed, and this will sit on the top. There's the cap. And like I said, I'm going to have a little skirt. You see how it hangs down on the bottom? That's going to go all the way around the bottom of that flat plate. There's going to be a skirt that matches that, 3/8 of an inch down there. So that's kind of where we're at. Now all I have to do is make 2 of those, and then we'll weld them on there, and I'm going to make some 3/8 wide flat strips that we will form around the bottom of that and weld that around the bottom. So later. Bye. Oops. Okay, well that's marked out. I used the scribe and marked it out. I think I'm just going to cut it. It's a small piece. It's only, I don't know, 5.5 inches across. Maybe even less. I think it's less than 5. I'm just going to cut it with a hacksaw, I think. So I'm not going to bother showing you that. Anyway, let's see what happens. Bye. Okay, well, here's where I ended up today. On the Old Hank projects. There's the piece for the, what is it, driver's side, the first piece. You see the little apron is all welded around it, around the bottom. It's got one little area left right there on that right rear corner that needs to get welded. And this one is made, all the pieces are made. That piece needs to get welded onto there, and then once we put the pipe through the floor, I'll drill the hole. Those are the, you might call them faux rivets. You see, that's what those are going to, that's the rivet that I filed that one, the head of it down. That was one of these bolts, the 1/4-inch carriage bolt. The head's a little large for that space, so I made it smaller, the diameter smaller. And they've been pickled. I put them in white vinegar overnight to get the finish off for welding purposes. And the little washers are fillers. This piece crosses over, where did it go? This piece crosses over a bead, a large bead in the side of the truck bed. So I'm going to cut one of those washers for each side to fill in the void that bead leaves where this piece crosses it. You'll see that later on too. Okay. So anyway, on the Old Hank work that happened today, that's as far as I got with those. Very tedious doing that. It's because it's all really delicate stuff. I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? It's exact, you know. Anyway. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Blue Heinz Garage. Well, it is December 12th. It's that time of year again. Ho, ho, ho. It's the one time of year where it's acceptable to be old because you give expensive gifts. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. We've been here working on these things a bit this last week. Scott's been working on his pretty consistently. I haven't been doing as much on this. Been busy with Christmas, you know, decorating and all that other good stuff. Anyway, I've done a little on this. The tank, you saw, the tank was off. So I could remove and replace the vent fitting. The fuel tank vent fitting. And I've done that on both sides. Now I'm starting the pipe over here. See, I drilled a hole in the floor today. That side is mocked up right now. Come on, focus. There it is. That side's mocked up right now. It's got to get lowered. It's going to be, the cap you're looking at right there is going to be a little bit lower than the top of the back piece of the bed. The front side of the bed. So it's too tall. It's going to get lowered. I'm looking at it here. It's going to get lowered to probably about 2 inches. The cap's going to sit right on top of that piece that comes off the side of the bed. And so we don't have a height on that yet either. In order to take the pipe out now, I think we're going to have to lift the bed. Well, once we attach that piece on the side, we won't be able to get the pipe out without lifting the bed. So to finish this, the bed's got to come back off the frame. So like I said, I'm starting this side right now. I've got first piece cut right here. This is the piece that goes to the tank. That's got to get shortened. The straight part, that's the way the bend comes. It comes like that. So this is the length. This is the length it comes. Now I have to shorten this because I have to adapt this one pipe size bigger on this end. And right now it's already a tiny bit, probably a ½ inch too long. So I got a piece of pipe that goes from 2 inch to 2 1/4 that I have to splice in there at the right length. So here we go. We're started on that. You see this is completed too. It's got the faux rivets welded to the backside. See, the rivets are welded in there. They're fake. They're just for aesthetics because everything else on the back of that bed is riveted together. I got to drill a hole in this one yet. I just wanted to make sure. Didn't drill it because I wanted to make sure where it had to go so it would line up with the hole in the floor. So anyway, there's where we're at. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll talk to you later. I'll probably do another video. I'm going to try and separate these now. The videos based on which car which subject. You know, the Time Machine or Old Hank. So, you know, since you're watching this, I'm explaining this to you. But I'm going to do another video, a more extensive one for the Model A, Old Hank, for that playlist. So each will go to its own playlist. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye. Hey, well, there's the first piece that heads for the tank. Obviously, it goes this way. It goes in the tank and starts up over the frame, just like that. So you see it's adapted one size bigger. Basically what that's doing. See you later. Okay. Welcome back. You can see made a little progress here yesterday on a number of little steps here. You see I'm trying to create a fixture here. We're going to, that piece that you see that goes, the top piece, the fastener or whatever you want to call it, that attaches the standpipe to the side of the bed. We're going to glue that because it's a real difficult place to try and weld and then grind the welds and make it look kind of, you might say, original. The rivets that you're looking at there are not real. They're faux rivets because, again, the area, it's right in the stake pocket. One of them's right in a stake pocket. The other one's right in a rib. That's not a rib, a bead that's pressed into the side of the bed. So rivets, fastening that piece is really difficult. We're going to glue it. That's what it comes down to, my explanation here. I think I'm going to use JB Weld. I try to get some panel adhesive, and that's difficult at best for somebody that just wants to use it one time. So I believe that I'm going to try and do, I'm going to test some JB Weld. I'm going to use it to glue a couple of pieces of metal together, just sheet metal together, and see how tough it is. Scraps, in other words. See how strong it is. And if that works, that's what we're going to do there. So what I'm trying to do here with this wood is to create a fixture that will hold the standpipe vertical, plumb, and the right distance away from the back, the front of the bed, the front panel of the bed, and locate the little flat piece that attaches it to the side of the bed. Locate that so it's sitting flat and level when it's getting stuck, when I'm gluing it. So that's one side. I did that with wood because it's easier for me to make something that I can remove after the piece is glued on. You don't want to make something that holds it together, but once it's all attached, you can't get it off. So that's what I did here with the wood. And I'm starting that side too. The pipe isn't completely the standpipe isn't completely made yet on that side. I've got the beginning piece of it made, and a remainder of the J-bend standing up here just so I can make a mount. But the pipe itself is not completely all fabricated yet. I'm gonna do some more whittling on that. But anyway, I got one side done yesterday. It took a good part of the day generating those pieces and getting them all fastened so everything was correct. So now that I have one done, I can I know the design, and easier to determine the dimensions. I made some of the pieces at the same time, but some of the stuff I wanted to make sure that I was measuring where it stands instead of assuming that everything's exactly the same. So here we go. More to follow. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, well, there's my locating fixture for the standpipe on the passenger side. You're looking at it as you would be seeing it from the center of the bed. In other words, that side is the side of the bed where it's going to fasten to the side of the bed. Okay. Let's see if this will come off. No, it fits a little tight. Fits that pipe a little tight. The cap fits that pipe a little tight for some reason. I had given the machinist a hunk of the pipe that he made the recess. Hang on a second. There, you see there's a recess machined into that heavy wall piece of tubing, a pipe, to fit over the thin wall pipe. There it goes. I think it went in there, didn't it? Maybe not. Having a hard time with that with one hand. No, it didn't go in there. There it goes. Now it went in. So see, that fits in the recess. That's how it's going to sit on top of that. There, like that. So that wood will push this against the side of the bed, and it's going to hold it off the front of the bed the right dimension from here. What I got to do is one more piece. I'm going to put another piece right there, drill a 1/2-inch hole in the center of it, not all the way through, it's a 1/2-inch hole in the center of it. Then I'm going to put a 1/2-inch threaded rod across the bed from one of these to the other of these with a rod coupling in the middle. So when I have them both installed, I'll put the rod and the rod coupling in the center and then back the rods out of the coupling until they tighten against each side. And so it'll act as a wedge between the two pieces and push this up against the side, each of these up against the side of the bed. That's the plan, at least. I'll show you that when it's all assembled later. Well, here we are. We're done for today. And we got the other side made. A few improvements over the first side. I actually took the first side off and copied the improvements to that side. You see there's the stiffener across the two of them, holding them tight, and they are tight. I mean, that works very nice. You see here, it is tight. It ain't moving. Yeah, like I said, it ain't moving. They're nice and tight. So that ought to work. I think, obviously this side has to get finished. The pipe isn't done. Right now, that piece standing up there is the remains, after my first cut. We have to finish putting that pipe together like we did this side. So anyway, for today, we're done. But there's your fixtures that will locate those for attaching to the bed. Okay? Anyway, later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, we got this pipe fabricated finally, and up through the bed to the cap into the fixture, the locating fixture, and cut to the right height, same as that side. Cut to the finished height with the cap. Right now it's just all sitting there. Nothing is nothing on the standpipe is permanently attached to the bed, or the two pipes, the little cap piece or the standpipe are not attached yet. But that's the final outcome. That's where what it's gonna look like inside the bed. Obviously, the location fixtures will be gone when it's permanent. Anyway, that's it.